Alright, so T.I. and Candace Owens had a little spat. If you don't know T.I., obviously a rapper. Candace Owens, she's a token black person on Fox News. Typically right wing, espouses right wing points, and gives herself cover because she's a black person, hence why she's the token black woman on Fox News. And yeah, her and T.I. had a little beef during the Revolt Summit. Yeah, check it out. I'm going to commentate right here.
To talk about your first point,
Yeah.
and then Katrina, you respond to the second point.
All right, so to tackle the white supremacy thing, your question was a fallacy because you said you insinuated that he has not denounced white supremacy.
He hasn't.
Go to his, somebody please.
So she's talking about Donald Trump right now. She's claiming he denounced white supremacy, even though this guy during Charlottesville said there were nice people among the guys that were committing pretty much hate crimes.
Go to his Twitter feed right now. Right now,
He
go
said,
back to
"Who
the
is the
shootings.
KKK?"
He said, no, because we got to tell the truth. I do
said,
not
"Who
stop.
is the
Don't you,
KKK?" is
now
what
you're
he
cutting me off, right? There we go. Now we're even.
What he said was that.
So listen.
What he said was that there was good.
No,
on
no, no.
both
Let me
sides
finish.
of white
Stop.
supremacy. That's what
Because
he
you guys
said.
are so
That's
hung
not what he
up
said.
on
That's not what he
Charlottesville,
said.
and nobody heard the entire clip. I want to talk about why we get manipulated. I'm being serious, guys. I'm not even trying to make this like a contentious moment, because this is literally why Black America loses right here. Because we
we're
allow
stupid?
people with cameras to go hear a whole speech, like they do this to me all the time. They take out a couple of sentences you said, and they create a whole new headline. And people.
So she's pretending like Trump is picked up out of context. No, that's not what happens. The guy says outright racist shit, and then he'll walk that back. So kudos for walking it back, but we're not going to forget what you initially said, and we're not going to forgive you just because you walked it back. No one's going to be like, oh, Trump condemned white supremacy even though he supported it 9 times out of 10.
People that were not there get incensed and get emotional and don't actually go back to hear what was
Well, look at that face T.I.'s making right now. That's the face of someone that smells bullshit. We smell the bullshit from what she's saying, and it doesn't smell right.
actually said in full context. They do it to me all the time. I know they do it to Trump. He has denounced white supremacy so many times. It's something north, somebody counted, of 24 times, and it's on his Twitter feed. So
if you denounce white supremacy 24 times, it somehow supersedes the 999 times that you supported it. All right, thank you, Candace Owen.
if you want to fact check me, go back to a couple of weeks ago when the shootings happened. He said, America is no place for white nationalism and white supremacy, and it's an issue that has to be tackled. I'm paraphrasing. You can go find it. So I
Although
watched
he
that
calls
first.
himself
Secondly,
a nationalist. He calls himself
Wait,
a
wait, wait,
nationalist.
hold on,
Stop. You
hold
can
on.
fact check me. I'm either lying to your face. You can go on Twitter right now.
Right.
You can do it live.
So which one do you
Secondly-
want us to believe? The first thing he says or what he says after
No,
the
no,
media
no, no,
comes after
no,
him?
I'm talking about you.
Because the first thing he said was that there
Tamika,
was...
you're asking a different question than T.I. did. T.I.
Okay.
said, how can you work with an administration that has never denounced white supremacy? You're talking about Charlottesville.
I'm talking about talking points that come out later.
See, she's looking for a red herring. She sees that he has made racist statements, and she's not denouncing them. Instead, she's focusing on that straw man that, oh, he walked that racist statement back, so he's cool with me, even though he made the initial racist statement.
But what he starts with is racism. That's
No,
what comes
no,
out his
no.
mouth when he starts.
See?
We
And let me
can
tell
look
you
at
something.
how many mass
and let me
shootings
tell
by
you,
white
and let me
supremacists
tell
happen.
you why the black vote is the easiest vote for Democrats to keep for the last 60 years. All they have to do to get our vote. Let me tell you something. If people know what you fear, you are the easiest person to control. The Democrats have figured out that Black America is emotionally responsive to the word racism. She says racism, you jump up and you start cheering. You haven't even listened to what I've said to rebut it, okay?
But it's the... But wait.
Even though I disagree with majority of her principles, she does make a point there. The Democrat Party is not a party fighting for black people. They are obviously the better of the two parties, but you should vote for someone based on their actual policies, and the policies that majority Democrats are pushing are not helpful towards the black community. An example of a good Democrat is Bernie Sanders supporting Medicare for all, $15 minimum wage, a lot of things that would boost the community up. So just make sure you don't fall into that pretty much religion trap where you support a group because of your family or because of pretty much the people you were born into. Do some research yourself. Find out which candidates are supporting are supporting your best interests.
Wait.
The biggest issue, let me finish. The biggest issue facing black America is not white supremacy. When Trump said there were good people on both sides, he was talking about the fact that some people that were in the Charlottesville rally, and he could have paraphrased that better, he could have said something better, literally came there because they don't believe that statues should be torn down.
Look at this guy in the yellow sweater. He even like, everyone can smell bullshit. This nigga right here smells bullshit. And it's bad because this nigga was probably looking at her like, yo, Candace Owens doesn't look that bad. She's a fairly attractive woman. But when you hear her speak, when you hear the ideas she espouses, then that pussy goes from smelling like rose gold to smelling like fucking rotten eggs left out for 2 weeks. That's what the pussy smells like. That's why he's making that face. Because that shit smells bad.
Okay? Other people came there because they were upset that amongst the people that came there to watch the statue be torn down were also white nationalists.
This guy's looking at her disgusted, and I would be too.
So what he meant was there were some people that were just there using their First Amendment right. There were some people that were there to respond to the white nationalists, and a big mess happened. I'm not trying to defend him or relitigate a situation. I'm saying that being hung up on that is allowing you to not look at an administration that is tackling so many issues in black America right now. I do not consider myself a Republican. I definitely am not a Democrat.
She does not consider herself Republican, but every situation that you see her in, she's spitting out Republican talking points. She goes on Fox News. She hangs out with mostly right-wing people. This is a chick that is in denial not only about her own guy, Donald Trump, she's in denial about her own fucking political affiliation.
But Trump woke me up. I used to be liberal. Trump woke me up to the idea that we're being
Trump woke me up. What a fucking idiot.
manipulated by the word racism every 4 years.
So wait.
Every 4 years. They call everybody racist.
All right. We're gonna get into this because what I'm concerned about is how is that any different than the fear that Trump has created in poor whites? The fear that Trump has lifted in poor whites, that black people and poor urban.
Bro, you're the moderator. You're there to ask questions and move the debate forward. You're not there to espouse your own opinions. That's for the guys on the panel. So sit down somewhere and let the dudes on stage speak, my guy.
People are their problem.
Right. When did Trump ever say that? That's a fallacy. When did Trump ever say black people are the problem?
Make America great again. That's when he said it.
Guys,
but I'm not on the panel.
That's a terrible point. Just saying. I'm not on Candace Owen's side, but that's a terrible point.
That was Ronald Reagan's slogan. Was that racist when Ronald Reagan had it as a slogan?
Yes, what time?
It was.
Yes, let me ask you.
So that
please
slogan
answer this.
is racist.
Please answer this. I have a question.
Wait. Tip,
please just allow me just one outburst. Please. I have a question. When you say make America great again, which period are we talking about? The period when women couldn't vote? The period when we were hanging from trees?
I'll answer.
Or like the crack era? Which period in America are you trying to make America like
So
again?
I actually think that I would totally rock a hat right now that said make black America great again. Because
she didn't answer the question. She completely deflected to another point. I'm not even sure what that was. He asked you what period was America great again. You say I totally rock a hat. Okay, thank you. Intellectual Candace Owen.
Black America,
make America. We're talking about
make
America. That wasn't the question.
I am answering your question.
Which period was America great that we're trying to replicate? Which era was it? Tell me.
I think I'll answer your question. I'm ready to answer your
She says she's ready to answer the question. Say the fucking answer. You can tell she has nothing to say because she looks flustered right now.
question.
Which era was it?
What?
Which era was so great?
Here's the thing that you guys are forgetting. America was actually one of the slavery was all over the world. All over the world. America was.
Whoa, wait. Let's rewind that because I think if you missed what she just said right there, he asked her what period was America great again. She started off by bringing us back to slavery, the worst period in American times. That's her start off to that question.
saying it's okay, so why are you saying, oh?
Hey, man.
America was one of the first countries.
I want to like you so bad.
I'm trying to answer your question.
Smart. I want to like you so much.
I can't answer the
I want to
question.
hear you. I want to be able to hear them. I want to be able to hear
If I can't
them.
answer the question and you're just going to boo when I say slavery was all over the world, which is a fact, why are you booing a fact?
Because you're making light of.
No, I'm not.
You're making light
I
of
haven't
the
gotten to my
enslaved.
point.
He asked, what period was America great in? She responded with slavery. Again, that was her opening up point. Her opening up was that slavery existed all over the world. He asked you what period was America great in, and you brought up the worst period. What an idiot, man.
I'm not
of
making...
people that look like us. You can't
All
make
right.
light of that. That ain't nothing
I
you
haven't
breeze
even
over.
finished the sentence. How am I making
You
light of
started
anything?
with some bullshit.
Okay.
Again, it's in the presentation. The presentation is how you convince people to your point. So if someone asks you a question like that, the first word out of your mouth shouldn't be slavery. I don't care what you were going to say next, but you shouldn't start your point off like that.
So, Candace. Candace,
we
hold on,
can,
wait.
We can be emotional,
Candace,
we can
wait,
boo,
no,
you
no,
can
no,
cheer,
hold
but
on,
I'm telling you right now, the black
Candace,
vote
hold
is
on.
not going to matter.
You can tell she's big mad because T.I. scored those points. He got real, he got heavy into her, and she couldn't do a single thing about it. She couldn't do a single thing.
After the next about 5 years, if you don't start paying attention to what I'm saying to you, because I'm trying to tell you guys the truth,
Candace,
the absolute truth about what is happening in black America. You are being used, abused, and lied to and manipulated emotionally by the Democrat Party.
Again, that's one of the points I agree with her on. She's right that black America is kind of being used. And, yeah, like I said, don't support a candidate because they have a D next to their name. Look at the policy they're doing, and if it lines up with what you want, then vote for that candidate. The tribalism has got to end, and I'm looking at the younger generation, and it looks like that shit's ending, which is a good thing.
That is what I am here to tell you. You want to keep uprising and talking about racism when they're taking our fathers out of the home, when they're
taking our fathers out the home, Republican talking point.
You said that already.
No.
We got you.
Because we're seeing it happen right here. Right here. I'm telling you.
Even the moderator's like, yo, let's get this chick out of here, man. He was entertaining that shit originally, but now he's like, nah, maybe I should have invited like Charlemagne the God or something like that.
And you're being responsive because I can't finish a sentence about what I was going to say about slavery.
Disagree.
Katrina.
Everyone.
All jokes aside, they should have let her finish off the statement. I kind of does it with this part of the argument. I'll go out to a different portion of the argument and kind of show the aftermath of how T.I. kind of got at her in the end. One moment.
In total ideas that could benefit.
This is microphone difficulties. This is that part where T.I. gets back at Candace. It's pretty funny.
One another, and I think that what Mike said was absolutely correct. If we can get in a room, you know what I'm saying. I think Candace has a problem with the crowds cheering for me and booing to her, and that's not my fault.
Look at this chick on the left, Kiki Kian. Ooh, struck a nerve in her, man.
That's not my intention.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You said I'm going for.
No, I said I don't like when you go for gotcha moments because
gotcha moments.
Like
that
when
means
you're like, oh, well, you started with some bullshit. Like, actually, let me get to what I was going to say. Because what I was going to say.
And he's right. She did. She started with some bullshit, and he called her out, and she got mad because he called her out. And no one's on her side. Everyone's booing because she's not making good points. The only people that cheer for Candace Parker are Fox News contributors and paid supporters. No one's cheering for Candace Parker in any venue. Republican, Democrat, no one cares about what she has to say.
is what Killer Mike said.
All right, well, okay,
So,
okay.
so when
Listen,
you're trying
I'm
to
not
just hype
against you.
people and you actually
Listen,
don't, you're
I'm not
there.
against-
We're all losing when you do
Okay,
something
listen,
like that.
I'm not-
Everybody
no,
loses
no,
when you go for a
no.
gotcha. I know
Listen.
how. If you want to.
Nah, you're losing because you're getting cooked, and you can't stand to eat because no one's on your side.
Hype a crowd. Oh, it's bullshit. It's racism.
Candace,
It's
sister,
Trump. Get on your
sister.
feet. Fuck this. We gotta stand up. We gotta do
Sister.
our shit. We gotta do what we gotta do. as
Round of
black
applause
people.
for Candace,
That's
please.
a waste of time.
Yo, real shit, you would have made a great fucking rapper.
Alright, and that's pretty much it. I guess I'll cover my next segment concerning Mr. Yellow Sweater right here. This guy, in my next video, he said some really retarded shit too. And yeah, that's it. That's the beef. Candace Parker versus T.I. Tune into my next video concerning Mr. Yellow Shirt. I'll link it in the comments. Thank you for watching.